Welcome back, everyone. The market sell-off continued today. Despite the pre-market positivity, counter-trend bounce that was trying to firm up, this market came down and made lower lows for the overall sell-off that we've been in, largely following a flight path that we provided to active trader room members, wealth charters, ahead of the start of this trading week. Now, we're taking part in the offshoot to the primary scenario that I've laid out for folks, which is that blue scenario there that I just traced. And we haven't quite gotten down to that 497 area. We came down to the 499 area. Is the market set up to go considerably lower tomorrow based on how we played out today? Or are we likely to see a counter-trend bounce form and a little reprieve? Well, let's explore that by utilizing the very powerful Champion Trend Pack Toolkit. And in today's video, I'm going to add on some of the Wealth Chart member exclusive tools, which I'll be teaching everyone that joined Wealth Charts last week, and there were so many of you, and I'm so excited to see you on Saturday for our accelerator, and I'm super excited to see our long-standing loved Wealth Charts student family and BBT student family. Talking to you is going to be a great pleasure, and being on that journey with you to educate and show you how I trade and how I use these tools, it is just going to be an amazing Saturday class. So make sure to hold the date. We start at 10 a.m. this Saturday. The weekly chart clearly shows a negative shift in momentum using Rob's speed lines. The fast and the slow speed line. The fast is the blue, the slow is the magenta, and the blue has crossed under the slow, and that is a negative momentum shift that you can see very clearly. Now, typically, if you go back in time, that tends to last for at least 1 to 3 weeks from the week that that cross happens. So that negative momentum is installed. You can also see in the subchart, I've got the Spike 2.0 tool in that subchart, and the fast spike, which is the blue line, has submerged below the bottom of the Spike 2.0 channel, dragging the slow spike from above into the channel. And that implies we're out of high octane bullish fuel. In fact, we may be putting bearish fuel to work over the course of a week to 3. Now, this is not necessarily something that will tell us that tomorrow's the day that we plummet, and certainly, based on the posture, does not tell us we bounce. We reduce the time frame from a weekly to a daily, which affirms that we are in stage 1 of the Champion Trend Pack sequence of signals. We've got Champion Trend and Champion Cross installed, and you can see that with the Champion Trend zone right there and the Champion Cross opaque zone with its confirmation celled up there. So now, what's new beyond knowing we're in the sell state is right down at that bottom of the screen. You've got the Spike 2.0 tool telling you all of those lines are below the bottom of the channel, meaning we're using some high octane bearish fuel. However, reducing the time frame from the daily down to the 4-hour time frame gives us an insight as to, are we running dry on that high octane bearish fuel? And indeed, the 4-hour chart's giving us that insight. We know we've gone through a sequence of signals where Champion Trend and Champion Cross were installed on a 4-hour chart. We then saw Wealth Signal and breakout forecasters. What happens after that? We make the lower low, and then we move typically into a range. Now that lower low is made, and now comes the potential to move into a range that is supported, and the odds are improved by knowing that we are seeing the fast spike in the Spike 2.0 toolkit try to rise from under the bottom of the channel into the channel. Now that, in and of itself, is not a signal until we've got that slow spike, the green line, coming back up into the channel. We don't know that we're out of that high octane bearish fuel. But to improve the odds that the selling fuel is running dry and a counter-trend bounce may be afoot in market after we may make a slightly lower low overnight pre-market, well, down to that 497 area, well, we look at the 1-hour chart, which will capture a projection into tomorrow morning's open from today's close. And it's very apparent that we've gone through the entire sequence of CTP signals from Champion Trend, Champion Cross, Wealth Signal, Breakout Forecaster. And now you also know that the fast spike, slow spike, and its signal line have come from underneath the bottom of the Spike 2.0 channel back up into it. That tells me we're running out, if not already out of high-octane bearish fuel and readying for a counter-trend bounce. The positive divergence further improves the odds. That's the green line over here where we made a lower low, and it was a positively divergent one. This tells me altogether that I should be open-minded for the bearishness to pause for a short period of time that could turn into a bounce that takes the SPY back up into the upper area of that visual trend channel, even in the 505 to 508 area. But as you've heard from Rob time and time again, when we see two closes below the channel, which we obviously have, we've got three now, that's a very decisive signal of a shift in direction overall. Now, the market's telling us this shift in direction is letting hot air out. We come down towards the 490 area or to where the MSR channel is on that weekly chart, the 480 to 475, and then start a bounce from there. That would be the overall outlook, but I don't think we're necessarily going there directly. So I'm preparing for some bullish long side trades on a very short duration day trading basis over the course of tomorrow morning potentially, and I look forward to trading that in front of members of the active trader room, but I'm not going to dig my heels in. Hey, want to trade with the trend until the bend in the end, and I'm suggesting there may be a slight bend in the end that confirms tomorrow morning, and if so, we're going to trade it and look for a short duration, and where it ends is where the next shorts are likely going to get back on the table. Looking forward to seeing everyone that joined Wealth Charts last weekend. There were so many of you, and looking forward to all of our long-standing, long-term loved members of Wealth Charts and BBT to be at that Wealth Charts Accelerator this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Time, where it's going to be my absolute privilege and pleasure to take you on the journey of learning deeper and deeper on how these tools can come together to give you higher probability trades consistently. Have an incredible rest of your day, and thank you for watching. Bye for now.